centric, related to mobile vehicles. Mobility enthusiast, Dave is one of a kind, one country.
Hi guys, this is your mobility enthusiast Dave Dill, and like I say always, it is my responsibility to bring mobility innovation from every corner of this fast-changing world closer to you. Today I'm going to talk about Ghana and Kenya. Yes, I'm Ghanaian if you didn't know. I'm going to talk about the public transport sector of Ghana and how it has evolved over the years, and also compare it to that of Kenya. I have been in Kenya for some time now, so I have gotten the opportunity to also study how their public transport sector has evolved over the years. I would say this sector in Kenya is actually booming. It is very profitable, and all individuals or private individuals who have invested in this sector are making much profit. Whatever they are doing to make such profit was started in Ghana some years ago, but somewhere along the line, Ghana stopped, or Ghanaians stopped, and now Kenyans have taken the lead in this sector. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that now and hit the notification button. Between Kenya and Ghana, formerly known as Gold Coast, Ghana was the first to introduce custom-built public buses or trucks to transport passengers in the capital city, Accra. This was started by the 1960s, throughout the 1970s and 1980s. This period witnessed the adoption of wooden-sided vehicles built on the Bedford tracks, which was a British brand. Dock workers transported disassembled vehicles from cargo ships on surf boats to shed along the coast in cities like Accra. There, mechanics assembled the engine and chassis, carpenters constructed the wooden body, and artists painted the vehicle body and its colorful inscriptions. These trucks with wooden structure behind became known as the mummy trucks or Boneshakers due to their constant nature of throwing passengers up and down to literally shake their bones as they drove by. The interesting part were the inscriptions or the slogans printed on these trucks reflected not only the unique needs of the drivers but also the social, economic and cultural environment within which they operated. You could tell that the Ghanaian mechanics, artists and the carpenters were very creative for the fact that they could design and build the wooden structure on the chassis of the Bedford trucks. In those days, the importation of this Bedford chassis was banned in 1966. While many of these vehicles remained on the road, government officials encouraged drivers to embrace new technologies. The wooden bodies were said to splinter in the case of crash, causing further injuries among passengers. This was when these mechanics, artists and carpenters lost their creativity. The wooden trucks found themselves in competition with new imported buses like these. The only popular Boneshaker you could see on the streets of Accra nowadays is this particular one owned by the Ghana Tourist Board for tourism purposes. Kenyans, on the other hand, never assembled buses or trucks locally like Ghanaians did in the past. They were more into the import of already manufactured buses like these. At some point, they took over what Ghanaians had abandoned and they have turned it into a multi-billion industry in Kenya. Mechanics, welders, artists and others are enjoying their share in this industry. Jobs are being created locally because they are building their own public buses from scratch or on top of imported chassis like Ghanaians did in the past. They call these buses Matatus. And as you could see, they did not leave out the inscriptions on the buses. Just look at some of the slogans or inscriptions. Now tell me if this is different from what Ghanaians had started some years ago. They have just modernized and rebranded it. Now the question is, did Kenyans steal this idea from Ghanaians? Guys, I guess you enjoyed this episode. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly do so now and hit the notification button so that anytime I post a new video, you get the opportunity to watch it. Thank you very much.